Hello and welcome back to Real Reds Talk. My name is Sam and joined by Civir, and we're here with your breaking news show. United are getting closer to developing a brand new stadium. A statement has been released. Gary Neville has commented, must have commented, everybody has commented on it, so we will get into that. We'll get Chivy's thoughts on it. Chivy, first things, how was the weekend been with United winning and then United winning on Tuesday? Pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the weekend feels like ages ago already. Who was it? Southampton.
Yep.
Yeah, it feels like ages ago. Yeah, good win yesterday. We've scored 10 goals in 2 games.
Not bad, is it?
It's almost like it's almost like the good old days again.
Yeah, I miss those days when we like regularly score 3, 4, 5 goals, but we're there now. We're there now. I think the last I saw a stat, apparently the last time we scored 3 at half time was when we beat Southampton 9-0 under Ollie. That was the last time.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
it's been a while. It's been a while. But yeah. So Manchester United have released a statement to Manchester United members and to season ticket holders regarding the redevelopment of Old Trafford. Obviously, we've seen a couple of things about possibly rebuilding Old Trafford. Then there's been talk about a new stadium right next to Old Trafford, and the other one being, and the original Old Trafford being used as a youth and a women's stadium facility. So I'm going to read out. It's a very, very long statement because there's a couple of people on this. Manchester United and Colette Roche, who's the chief operating officer on it. Gary Neville's on it. And then the head of MUFC, which is the Man United Supporters Trust, is commented as well. So I'm going to go through it all. It's a bit long, but I will try and go as quick as I can. And then
I'll try my best because my attention span is
yeah.
worse than a fish.
What I might do, I'll break it up then. I'll do the first part. We'll get your thoughts, and then we'll do Gary Neville, and then we'll do Must, and then we'll break it up so your brain doesn't just like fall out your head onto the floor.
Yeah.
Just so you think. So Manchester United is launching a survey this week to ensure the views of the fans are at heart with the plans for the future Old Trafford and the regeneration of Trafford Wharfside area. Fan survey will be shared via email on Fridays, the first step in the fan consultation phase of Old Trafford regeneration, following appointments of the task force and leading experts. While the club continue engaged with the Fans Advisory Board and Fans Forum in the matter, the launch of the survey will offer all men's, women's, season ticket holders, United members, and executive club members to provide their views directly to the club. Chief Operating Officer Colette Roche has said, "We want to hear from as many fans as possible during this process to ensure we can capture all their views and understand what supporters want from a world-class stadium in the future. This is an important survey in the first stage of our wider consultation with fans, and will be followed by a series of focus groups, town hall meetings to make sure the fan voice is heard at the heart of our decision making." First thoughts on that, Chivy? They're very clearly, whether it's bravado or whatever, they're very keen on getting fan interaction, fan opinion, town hall meetings, surveys, all that good stuff. That's surely good news, right?
I'm a bit cynical in nature. Like I think they're just doing that. I think they already know what they're going to do, and they're just
taking a box.
Trying to, tick a box. Just trying to bring the fans, make the fans feel like they're bringing them along, and kind of. They already know what they're going to do. They're going to sink millions into this thing.
Billions, 2 billion, mate.
Billions, yeah. So yeah, I mean, they might get 1 or 2 insights from the fans, 1 or 2, but they're going to go with the professionals. They're going to do what they're going to do. It's nice of them, to try and make us feel like we're part of it. But I usually don't get carried away by this kind of stuff, especially with Man United. Like, if you're trying to get your way with Man United, whether you're a player, whether you're a manager or staff, or just pretend to like the fan. Sorry, don't pretend, but just always talk about the fans and all that, and people just lap that up. It is nice of them to do that. Fair. And maybe they might get 1 or 2 insights, with transportation, people coming from most,
disabled
all
fans.
parts of Manchester. Yeah, disabled plans, things like that. So there might be a few things that they might actually take into consideration. But I think generally, they know what they want to do, because you have all sorts of surveyors, all sorts of, these guys are pros. Like, they've probably gone to, like, obviously they've checked out like Spurs Stadium, places abroad, world-class stadiums, and they have a really strong idea of what they want to do.
There's only so much.
But nice of them. it's nice of them to think about it.
It's only so much as well, like in terms of like obviously you can have the design in mind, but in terms of like structure and how the stadium operates, it's a pretty uniform thing, isn't it? It's like there's a pitch in the middle, there's entrances to all the blocks, and there's facilities for food and drink. And
Yeah,
toilets in it. That's kind of it. Like beyond that, you're not going to do much revolution. Like I know people got excited at Spurs with the upside down pints and that sort of stuff, but beyond that, there's not much to sort of do. But it continues. Gary Neville, who's former club captain and a member of the Old Trafford Regeneration Task, has also commented. Old Trafford has evolved throughout its history, and it's clear we're at a point where it has to change again to ensure that Man United have a world-class stadium befitting the world's greatest club and the world's greatest fans. There's that sentence you were talking about, Chivy, getting the world's greatest fans in there. Old Trafford should be a stadium that Manchester United fan base can take pride in. So I urge the fans to complete the survey and participate in a wider consultation to help the task force work and ultimately inform the club's final decision on the stadium's future. That more of the same, or does it mean a bit more coming from a former Manchester United player and captain?
I don't know. It just sounds all political. Well, not political. It just sounds all PR to me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But please don't take my. It's just my view. You know,
Yeah.
other people might find it more genuine, and fair play to them. But I don't know. I just find these things like PR. Like I don't mind. Like I'm really excited to have a new stadium.
Yes.
You know, yeah. I really want us to have that. Like that's way, way overdue. And I trust them. I trust them to deliver. You know, but just go about your business, man. Just go and build a stadium. You don't have to keep. You know.
Do you think though if they didn't look like they were consulting fans, there would be a backlash? Because that's what the Glazers have suffered from so long, isn't it? Not talking to the fans, not communicating with the fans, not getting them involved, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think so. I think to be fair, like it doesn't bother me to be honest. I just see it for what it is. But on their part, I think that's good. It's good for them to appear like they're doing their due diligence with the fans and having the fans come along and all that kind of stuff because you need to have the fans on your side, regardless, you know, because this is how they flip on you like that quick, you know. So it's good to have them on your side. And it's just good to appear like you're doing something. And some people actually find that genuine, which is good. So yeah, why not?
Well, it is nice. Like whether it's genuine or not, like I probably err a little more on your side of cynicism, but just because I'm older and I'm a cynical by nature anyway, and also we work within marketing, so we kind of understand how this shit goes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you see this all the time. Like, all these words, literally, I've heard them 1,000 times, just in different versions.
Yeah, it's like, we value you as customers so much and see you as our family, but and you're just like, just give me the money and shut the fuck up. Like,
exactly.
We know what's happening here. But it continues. Duncan Drasdo, CEO of the Manchester United Supporters Trust, has added enhancing fan engagement on key issues at the heart of the Must mission and a few more important questions at any football club than the future of a stadium. Our primary objective through Task Force is to ensure the supporters' voice have been heard when the club comes to make their decision about the future of Old Trafford. So we believe this process is the utmost importance. We'd encourage all fans to share their views and continue to engage throughout all aspects in the consultation process. The survey itself is going to cover fans' matchday experience, what they want the future experience to include, ask their views on a new build and renovations. No longer than 15 minutes to complete, and it thanks the fans in advance for their time and efforts, and honest views will help shape the world-class facilities. The deadline for responses is Sunday, the 6th of October. I think the email goes out on the Friday. In addition to fan consultation, the club will be seeking views of residents and the wider community with that process starting in October. So they're consulting everybody, they're speaking to everybody, everybody's being consulted. But on the CEO of Must, who's obviously his mission statement, whether you want to believe it or not, I know they must have received criticism at times for stuff, but their mission statement is to create a communication line between the fans and the club and increase the fans' sort of engagement with the club and then increase the fans' satisfaction with the club, and involvement, all that sort of stuff. So from what he says, it seems like that's the road he's going down. Again, do you think they've if they involve Must as a parlay to the fans of like, look, we're getting the supporters trust involved, they're going to be on the board, they're going to be a say, or do you think they're genuinely going to have some sort of say on this?
I was smiling because I've just realized that Ineos have played like this is like a chess move. They're literally doing everything that the Glazers weren't doing.
It's easy though, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
that's easy,
Yeah,
easy thing.
yeah. So all the grievances that we had with the Glazers, they're coming in and they're literally just trying to just do everything or appear to do everything that they aren't doing. Now, I'm not faulting them for it. I'm actually applauding them for that, because whether or not they mean it, at least if
Appearances. Keep up
yeah,
appearances.
appearances matter. And this is what they're doing. And I applaud them for that, to be honest. I commend them. So I'm not trying to be negative towards that or anything. I just see through it, literally. Like like with like the roles that you and I do, we probably at some point will be writing stuff like this for people, Yeah, you're sending like 4 or 5 drafts. Which one reads better? Okay, yeah. And then
Can we make sure? Can we make sure we mentioned X in this part as well, please? And you're like, yeah. I have to figure that out now.
You get me, yeah. So then they put it out. But yeah, let's not deviate. On the face of it, yeah, well done to them. Like, well played. I mean, finally, even if it's not for us, at least other people can see. Shareholders can see it. All the stakeholders, everyone else that is involved can see that. Yes, they're trying to involve the fans, creates a nicer atmosphere. We're doing business. Some of that fan negativity is kind of gone. They don't have to worry about stuff like that, Because I remember there was a time fans were like writing letters to like some of our partners, about the Glazers, and so all that kind of negative is great. It's great. It's a win-win. It's really a win-win, and shout out to them for that. Commend them. Honestly.
It's also as well, like you think about it, like if they did go ahead and build the stadium and say it's a disaster and say there's a lot of shit that's gone wrong or it's not great and stuff. The fans can't then go, well, you didn't ask us, you didn't speak to us about this. It's like, well, we did ask you, we spoke to you, we asked you about stuff, and now it's a piece of shit because you've made stupid suggestions. So I suppose they're covering their own backs as well at the same time, aren't it? It's just like when it's happening, it's like, oh no, we fully consulted with fans, we spoke to residents, we got their thoughts and opinions, and then the secret part is we didn't listen to a fucking word they said, and we didn't take any of it on board, but we let them have their say, which is it's kind of like letting a kid be involved when you're playing a video game and you give them a pad and it's not connected to the video game and they're like happy that they're involved.
Yeah. I think that's the same kind of thing they do with the manager, because and that was a really smart move, because obviously he had overwhelming support after the FA Cup final. And if they sacked him, brought someone else in, and they didn't perform, the backlash should have been crazy. So they've kept him.
Only 1 year as well. Now, they just extended by a year.
Exactly.
They do a 3 year.
They just extended it. Thank you. So now they're in their rights to do what they want to do. Like if they're not happy with him, they're in their right, and then the fans were like, okay, yeah, we gave him another chance and all that. So yeah, they're playing it really smart. I really like Ineos. I love the way they operate, honestly.
I mean, he's a bit like Sir Jim Radcliffe and his company are successful, and whether you agree with what they do in petrochemicals and green washing and all that stuff, whether you disagree with it or agree with it, they're successful. They are they are billionaires for a reason, because they're successful and they're ruthless and they will do whatever it takes to be successful, and it's exactly what they're doing at United.
Yeah, he's a lot like when I saw him, like, because I know he was really big on Brexit.
Yeah,
Radcliffe. But then recently, he's been talking up Labour a lot.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, but then obviously it's because of the stadium, because it's going to go through Andy Burnham.
He's Labour, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been cozying up to Labour, cozying up to Gary Neville. Like he's made it, and I was like, this guy, I thought he was a hardcore Brexiteer, but all of a sudden he's like
moves like really they're like chameleon. These billionaire rich white guys, they move like chameleons, mate. They change their colour. Depending on who's in charge or whoever has the button to make things happen, they will change on a dime, mate.
Of course, yeah, because Manchester's, I mean, Labour stronghold.
Yes,
that's what it is. You're hardly going to get like
unless it's like
in the next couple of years.
Unless it's like Altrincham or something like that, like posh areas like that.
Posh places, but yeah, that's how they move, man. These billionaires, like, they're smart like that. Yep. The loyalty is only to, like,
the dollar,
the profit. That's their loyalty.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree with you. Like it's difficult, man, because you want to be positive and you want to be like, yes, this is happening. We get a new stadium, blah, blah, blah. And then, but when you realize how the world actually works, the shine
This is how the
the
world
shine's
works.
not there, is it? Like the shine doesn't. You don't get the shine anymore.
But it's not. But Sam, it's not a bad thing.
No,
It's
I'm
really
not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what they're doing. I know. Yeah, I get it. Like you want to believe.
Yeah.
You know, that this is actually a thing. That's this is the Manchester United fan syndrome. Like, well, we're romantic. Well,
yep.
To a certain extent.
But that's on the pitch. On the pitch, we are like as a club, we've seen some romantic, amazing things on the pitch. Like even last year, the FA Cup final against City. I don't think any of us called that. I know we had inclinations where like we've done shit like this before, but I think a lot of us were like, "It's done, it's over." And then shit like that happens on the pitch, and you're like, "There's something in the air about Manchester United when this stuff happens."
Yeah, we beat Liverpool and City.
Yeah,
to win that.
Yeah.
But nobody can say it wasn't deserved, and it was like we beat our two most bitter rivals to win that. So obviously, it's going to be that romantic.
But yeah, that is
it was a moment, yeah.
Yeah, but that is the survey and the statement that the club have put out. I'm going to read a couple of things out in the chat to see what people are doing. Evening all. How's it going? T2 Diezzo, agree with Chivy. It's nice all this dialogue, but I get the sense that Jim Radcliffe sees a brand new stadium as his legacy. I gotta agree with that, man. Richard, I will be sad when they shut down Old Trafford, but I'll take my memories with me and move to the new stadium. I think that's what most people do. And it's next door. It's not like it's on the other side of Manchester. It's not like it's in a different part. It's next door. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We have to do what's right for the club. Evening, gents. Do we think this is genuine or a PR stunt? Maybe they're consulting, but what are the chances actually taking notice? That is the big question, Jay. That is the big question.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Do you know what I enjoy very second at Old Trafford, but I enjoy a new stadium as well? I support Manchester United. That's what's important to me. Yeah, it's the team. You support the team. That's why you go there. You support the team and stadium, and the memories will stay with you. If I just mute. Hello. No, I'm good. Yeah, you good, Richard? You good, Jay? Oh, good. Right. I want to ask a couple of questions on the stadium. So, hypothetically, let's pretend they are going to listen to fans and they're going to take some things on board. They're speaking to you and they're going to take some of your stuff on board. What's some of the things they need to implement in this new stadium? Do they need to sort of put the Munich clock in there? Do they need to take the Trinity statue with them? Do you think they need to have some memories of the old trophies and the old successes we have within the stadium? You want a massive video screen in the corner of the Stretford end? What are you thinking? What do you want from this new stadium?
Well, it has to have its own identity. Like we can't try and make like another Old Trafford.
Yes.
So like I remember, because I'm old enough to remember, like when Arsenal were at Highbury.
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
That was iconic, and it was like it felt like they were playing in like a living room. When you went to play Arsenal, it's like you felt suffocated. Like it was the seats were literally there wasn't any space between the pitch and the stands. Like you just felt like
Goodison Park. It's like Goodison Park now, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's similar.
Yeah, it's very yeah. But it's Highbury was iconic. But they've moved to Emirates now. No one really thinks about Highbury that much. Like it wasn't. Yeah, so the new stadium needs to have its own identity. It needs to be a home. It can't just be like a shell of We can't just call it like the new stadium. It has to have its own sort of identity. And yes, we need a bloody screen. Like how pathetic is it?
Ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Bro, we don't have a screen.
Fucking Bournemouth have got a screen. Bournemouth have got a massive screen in the corner, and we don't have one.
We haven't got a screen, yeah. And I don't know about other people. I never get networking at Old Trafford. Never. Like cell phone network.
No.
Yeah.
We got Wi-Fi last season. First time we've ever got Wi-Fi was last season.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just dead. You go in there and that's it. You're cut off from the world until you leave.
Come out, you got 8 missed calls and 20 messages. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it is bad. It's terrible. But yeah, those two things. But yeah, I think things like the Munich clock, maybe take that. But it has to have its own identity, and Old Trafford needs to be preserved as well because it's not going to be torn down. So you can leave all of that there, and have this new place where you can create like new memories and stuff. City moved from main road
Main road,
to
the Etihad.
Etihad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Etihad. Yeah. I mean, so we've seen lots of teams move and make and have stadiums with new identity. So I think we should be looking to do something similar, or even better.
Yeah, it'd be nice as well, like, because you think we've not won major trophies at Old Trafford for a long time. Like, it's been a while. So while it would have been nice to have like one final trophy, like one final Premier League there, that would have been nice. But obviously, the final one, unless Ten Hag pulls a rabbit out of his ass in the next like year or two, which I don't see, because obviously the stadium's going to take 4-5 years maybe to build and stuff like that. So the state we're in, I don't see us winning the league title unless City get relegated in January when this hearing sort of finishes. I don't see us challenging. I don't see us getting near a league title. So it'd be nice to sort of start with a fresh start and like wonder when the first trophy's going to come, because 4 or 5 years time, we might be in a really good position because of Ineos and the way they've structured the club and players and wages, all that sort of stuff. So it might be nice to fresh start in the stadium and just like clean slate.
Yeah, realistically, we're not anywhere near
No.
for the next at least 3 years. Realistically.
Yep.
So, yeah.
To be like, yeah, you should imagine, like, because I think there's a lot of, while there is nostalgia at Old Trafford, I think there's a lot of pressure and a lot of hangover from the Fergie era, and it doesn't help that Fergie sat in the stand every single week and he's having a look. Do you know what I mean? So whatever manager is there, it's left over. So until they go to a new stadium where there isn't that vibe or history, I think that's forever going to be tainted within Manchester United as well.
Yeah. I think it's about time we moved on from all of that. Going to a new house, have that new car. You know, when you get into a new car, like that smell, that freshness.
Yeah.
It probably helps with the players as well. We don't have to deal with Cristiano slagging us off all the time about the facilities.
He loves that, doesn't it? It's his favorite thing. He loves talking about it.
That's his favorite thing. Man.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah, because then he gets all the views and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have to deal with people constantly slagging us off and this and that and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it's about time we have a new stadium too. And just get our new identity. Like, that time, like, it's gone. It's gone. We're not that united anymore.
No.
And we really need to find our new home, get a new identity, and just move on. Just become the new United. Yeah,
because like you said, like you mentioned Arsenal, they've become a different team since they went to Emirates. They've become a different team. Spurs, I want to say they've become a different team, but they haven't really, have they? Spurs are just still Spurs. They've got a brand new stadium, but they're still doing Spurs things and sort of not actually completing or doing anything. West Ham have moved to a new stadium. You've got City moved to a new stadium. Like, Chelsea are building a new stadium. Everton are building a new stadium. Everybody's moved to a new stadium. So I don't think it's anything revolutionary anymore. It's not something where it's, oh no, it's sacred. You can't move. I think it's something different nowadays. I think you have to, like you said, move with the times.
We have to move with the times. And if we're supposed to, preserve our mantle as, one of the biggest clubs in the world, then we need to have a house to show for it. Like, it has to reflect in our stadium.
Absolutely. Did you agree then? Would you keep Old Trafford, the original stadium, and just sort of take down a couple of sort of tens to thousand seats and keep it as like a women's academy thing, so people can go and see the history and stuff like that, but then it's still as of use to the youth and the women's teams?
Yeah, of course. And then it's a venue, like, and people can, it's a venue for events, stuff like that. Yeah, just keep it, and then build a new stadium across. Are they going to build across the river?
No. So it's like, do you know when you come into hotel football and you come in like that, and then the stadium's here? If you go off to the right, there's like a bunch of stuff there. I think it's being built there. I think that's where it is.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. To see like what happens with this and where it's going to go and stuff like that. But yeah, let us know in the chat how you feel about this. What you want to see at Old Trafford. Do you want to see a massive screen like Civir? Do you think the Trinity statue should be built in there somewhere? Do you think it should be left where it is? Let us know what's happening. The only other story I wanted to touch on, Civir, was Christian Eriksen. He's had a couple of good games. He unexpectedly played against Southampton. I don't think any of us picked that out, and I thought he's pretty decent. And then he again started against Barnsley. Now, obviously, it's Barnsley. It's a League One opposition, so let's keep that into an account. But he had a pretty good game, man. Like 2 goals. Played really, really well. He was in the 10, which I think we've spoke about many times. Like that's his best position. Should not play in the 8, should not play in the 6. He also said in a quote, he was saying he never has to leave this summer. Had Manchester United came to him and said they want him to leave, he would have. But he's happy where he is. He likes being settled in Manchester. Again, thoughts on his performance against Barnsley, and then thoughts on him staying for United this season. How you see his use and where and how we can play him.
He's definitely one of my favorites. Like, I like him. I like ball players. I like people who are, high IQ players, players with tech, players who, just intelligent players, and that's what you get from him. And I know you guys don't really like the fact that he's not very mobile, but sometimes if if you're able to have a system that gets the best out of players like this, of course they can always come in and do a job. So you can give your starters, your Mainos, your Brunos, you can give them a night off and know that you're still secure. You still have a good, strong team. If Bruno ever gets injured or suspended or whatever, I would 100% prefer to have Eriksen as a 10 over Mason Mount, like 1000%, because just look how easy, like he keeps it simple.
Yeah.
Because he's so intelligent on the ball. Like he's looking everywhere. He knows where people are. And it's just one touch and pass, one touch and there's no dilly-dallying. He's not always trying to do like a back heel or just keeping it simple. And that's the thing. Once with football, like it's very easy. Once you keep it simple, once you're aware of your surroundings, who's where, especially as a 10, can't go wrong. And you bring people in with you.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you see the last his 2 goals actually that he scored yesterday, just easy movement. Like it wasn't.
The first one's
a
tap-in, isn't it? The first one's a tap-in, like he's
easy tap-in.
and then the other one,
looks he gets the going in. Yeah.
Yeah, the other one, he gets the ball, he turns, and then just in the right-hand side of the goal, like dead easy.
Yeah. Just dead easy, right place at the right time. Yeah, I'm really, really liking that. Hope he stays because it's just more squad depth, isn't it? Like, we've got Mason Mount injured, who probably would have played and would have not. The thing about Eriksen is that players like Eriksen, players like Xerxes, and to an extent players like Casemiro, obviously when he's playing higher up, not when he's down, they allow people around them to play. They keep the game going. They bring players in. They get the best out of the people around them. And I like that. That's what I really like about them. And I hope he stays. One more season or whatever. Because it just has to score depth.
What do you think of that? The midfield setup that we had. Obviously, Kobe Manu was rested. Bruno was rested. Ugarte, Casemiro in what seemed like the 8 position to be, and then Eriksen in the 10. You like that as a midfield setup? Like, are you a fan of that?
No, absolutely. I really like that. I like that because if you notice, like Ugarte didn't. Today I had to watch like the thing on MUTV. The 20 and 90 or whatever. Yeah, because obviously I didn't watch the full game yesterday. But like, from what I saw with Ugarte, like he didn't hold on to the ball too many times. He'd pick up the play, pass the ball on. And that's just what you need. And it's just perfect balance. Once you have players that can just be easily balanced with everyone around them, like that's all you need. You don't need, too many superstar moments or stuff like that. So yeah, I was really happy with the chemistry that I saw with them. I don't know if you saw that as well.
Yeah.
But they seem to have some sort of chemistry, seem to have some sort of understanding. And I'm really excited to see what that would look like with Lisandro and De Ligt behind them. I think that whole dynamic, I think that's a formidable backline to have. If you have Casemiro and Ugarte, and then you have Lisandro and De Ligt behind you, I think that's potential to be a very, very strong, sort of like backbone or spine or whatever you want to call it. Like, yeah, I was happy. Obviously, it's Barnsley, it's League One, so you can only beat what's in front of you. But yeah, they gave us way too much space. That
Oh, there was gaps the size of the Titanic, weren't there?
they're
Behind it.
terrible.
It's
They
ridiculous.
gave us way too much space. Like there were times when it felt like it was 15 against 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were just I was like, wow. I've never seen any team give us that much space before. So yeah, I mean, it's good to raise confidence, but it was a bit shit from them.
It's nice to see because like you said, like last season, we had so many injuries and so much stuff. We just had to play the same players all the time, and it was just frustrating. And now, like you said, we've got depth, and also because we've got depth and we're able to change things, and the system is able to evolve. You're seeing the best come out of the likes of Rashford, who scored 2 goals and looked really, really good against Southampton, looked good against Barnsley. Again, opposition in context, so let's keep that in context. But then Garnacho is on fire as well, consistently goal scoring. I think Xerxes had a fantastic game against Southampton. I thought he might start against Barnsley, but he had a fantastic game. And Ahmad has looked decent as well. So it seems like everybody is firing and everybody's on that same wavelength since that Southampton game. These 2 games, everybody seems to be working together. And like you said, once we get De Ligt and up to full fitness and Awate up to full fitness, Lissandro and all that sort of stuff, I think, like you said, that solid spine is going to be something to hold on to. I think that's what's going to push us through these next couple of games.
No, absolutely. And I know, like people are making fun of United now, just Barnsley and stuff, but it was a really important win for us. Like the manner in which we did it, like we just needed to get that sort of the feel of it.
Yeah.
Let's just have that feel of being dominant. The confidence that you get from this, like everybody just needed to blow some steam off, and the people who really needed goals got us goals. Like we had our attackers scoring. Like you remember last season at the start, it was McTominay and Casemiro were the ones scoring for us.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
For a very long time.
Casemiro had like what, near 10 goals or something? It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So I remember he had like 5 goals, and then McTominay came and had like another like 5, 6 goals. Like it was a deep line midfielder that was scoring for us. But then now we have our attackers getting involved, scoring, assisting, playing well. It's only 2 games against 2 very poor teams, but that's what you need, because you need to build momentum. It's all about just building that momentum and just going. And I'm really happy. I remember when Fergie was here one time, we were playing Newcastle, and I think it was like 4-0. Like we're absolutely battering them, and it was like 4-0. And then I heard the commentator saying, "Word from the bench, Sir Alex wants more." Like he wanted, yeah. So it was kind of like a throwback to that, where you just get as many as you can.
Well, that's something. Something Ten Hag teams haven't done in the past as well, isn't it? It's like we normally, when we've dominated, in the rare times you have dominated, we've done 2, 3, and kind of that's it, innit? We've not really pushed for more. Whereas this game, it was like he knew, like you said, we needed some confidence. And he was like, "No, just keep pushing, just keep putting goals into them." And then when the likes of Eriksen are doing tap-ins from 6 yards, you know you're having a good day, don't you?
Yeah, it's just what they need. And a good day in the office sometimes. That's just to lift the morale. If there's any doubts that some of the players had, kind of helps them with that. They're human at the end of the day, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, we're all human. Everybody needs that one good day at work to kind of just get the week going. That kind of takes you into the next day, and then the next day, and it's that kind of stuff. So great for that. Great that happened that way.
Last couple of comments, and then we'll get out of it. Richard Hawkins, Trinity statue should be left where it is. It's where fans should start to get excited on the way to the new stadium. Yeah, I like that idea. I like this. I love George, Willie Morgan, Nobby Styles. It does not mean I do not love Garnacho, Rashford, Martinez. Exactly. Rocky saying you have to look at the opposition. Barnsley, Eriksen, United have to be consistent every game. I agree, but like Chivy said, you got to be who's in front of you. Like we didn't pick the opponent. That's what got picked for us. And if we didn't win, or say we won 1-0, we'd get criticised for it. But then when we smash them 7-0, people are going, "Why are you celebrating?" It's just like, well, I can't win. I can't enjoy this anyway, can I? Like, there's no way to enjoy it anymore. So it's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, no, but I get the point he's making. Like, I mean, I'm sure both of us kind of feel like that to a certain extent, but like, I mean, we can only wait and see after Crystal Palace, and we'll be able to tell if this means anything.
That's the test. That is the test. Last comment. 100% Civir. Looking at class of 92, we had a really talented winger called Terry Cook. Unfortunately, his rival for the position was David Beckham. It's the same with Eriksen.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to end it. But yeah, thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. It's a short little news show tonight just with a stadium update and a little bit of an extra thing. News is a bit quiet. We're back tomorrow at 12 o'clock and 7 o'clock as well. And then we'll do a Crystal Palace preview. Might be tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow or Friday, we'll do a Crystal Palace preview. So you'll get that. And then we'll have the watch along and the review on Saturday for the Crystal Palace game. Chivy, thanks for joining us, mate. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Go check out Nick's news video from this morning. His pros and cons from the Barnsley game yesterday. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, follow all the socials, all that good stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow.